No. Let me just tell you about master detail. Here relationship field is mandatory. So for a master detail relationship, in case you choose a master detail relationship, the field, that relationship field will become a required field, will become a mandatory field. Okay. But if you choose a lookup relationship, you have an option of making it mandatory or not. So it's your choice. But here it is not your choice. It is by default mandatory or required field. Okay. So that is one thing. In this, child records do not have owners. We have talked about record owner concept, right? If you set up this kind of relationship, child records will not have their owners. Okay, child record will depend on parent for the owner. So someone who is made the owner of a parent will be automatically owner of the child record also. Let's say for client and project, in case I set up a master detail relationship, then what would happen? Parent of the client will be automatically considered parent of the projects. You cannot have specific owners of the projects or different owners for projects. But if you set up a lookup relationship, then you have that choice. You can have different owner for the client and different owner for project. If you have 3 different projects under a client, you can have 3 different owners of those 3 projects, right? But master detail does not give you that option. Okay, here it does not have owners. Child is deleted with parent. So if you establish a master detail relationship, child record will be always deleted with parent. If you go and delete your parent record, child record will be automatically deleted.
Jeet, I'm sorry, can you repeat the second part again? Child records do not have owners.
Child record do not have owners means, yeah, so child records do not have specific owners, whereas the parent records do have. Right.
So for example, we are looking at the client and project relationship right now. So here the child record would be the one in project, correct?
You're right.
So the record in the project table will have no owner. Is that what it means?
Yeah, the record in the project table will not have any owner. Okay.
So it will be blank.
Sorry, it will be blank. There will not be. Yeah, there will be no owner in those records. By default, the owner of the parent record will be the owner of this record also, right? So there will not be any owner field in the child object. Okay.
Okay. So, and under normal circumstances, the owner would be the person who creates the user ID who created the record in client, correct?
Usually that by default the person who creates the record becomes the owner, but after that you can change it, as we were saying the other day, we can go and change it. So anyone can be owner for the record, but for a master detail relationship, child records will not have owner concept only. So
okay, perfect.
No owner. Okay.
Okay.
In master detail relationship, child record is always deleted with the parent. So there is no way. Can you please mute your microphone?
Sure.
Okay. So the other thing that we have here is that the moment parent is deleted, all the child records will be deleted in case it's a master detail relationship. Okay. But for lookup relationship, you can still retain the child records even after deleting the parent. Okay. In a master detail relationship, we can use roll-up summary. So there is a field called roll-up summary field. I'll show it to you. See here, here is a field called roll-up summary. On your field types, there is a field called roll-up summary. So what does this roll-up summary field do? It's a read-only field that displays the sum minimum maximum of field related list to or record count of all records listed in a related list. So roll-up summary is basically in case there is a parent and child relationship. Okay. So roll-up summary can be set on the parent record to display some summary of all the child records. So some aggregate, let's say count, sum, that sort of thing. Let's say you have a client. You have a client object and you have projects. Now you want to understand how many projects you have got from that client. Okay. So this can be a roll-up summary field. So when you set up a roll-up summary field, what happens? You can, this field can automatically count how many projects it has under this client, and it can put the number 5, 6, 4, whatever, right? Rather than you manually calculating and putting it. But this roll-up summary field option is only available if there is a master detail relationship between these two. If there is a lookup relationship between these two, then roll-up summary field will not work. Got that? And one more small thing, small difference between our lookup and master detail. Lookup relationship can be established between any two objects, irrespective of the fact whether they are standard, custom, whatever. But for master detail relationship, standard object cannot be child. So you cannot set up a master detail relationship where you make the standard object as a child. So standard object we remember, right? Yesterday we discussed all the objects which have been provided by Salesforce are standard objects. All the objects that we create are the custom objects. So standard objects cannot be child. All right. Clear on that? Let me know if you have any questions. So lookup relationship can be between any two objects, but master detail relationship would either be between two custom objects, or even if it is between a standard and a custom object, it needs to have the standard object as the parent. You cannot make any of the standard objects as the child on a master detail relationship. That is not possible. Fine. So that is about our differences. Now, based on your requirement, you will pick whether you want to go for a lookup or you want to go for a master detail. Okay. So lookup is a simple relationship. I think you will be able to see between account and contacts as well. Let's create a master detail relationship here for clients and projects. So create master detail relationship, go to next. Relate it with the client, go to next. Just give the name of the field, because it's basically a field only, right? After that, just keep on clicking on next, 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 and it will be done. Okay, so here it gives us a small error. It says you cannot create a new master detail relationship on an existing custom object if records already exist. You must first create a lookup relationship. Okay, so we don't need to go through all that stuff. I'll just take a simple step. So in case you already have records which exist in the child object, you cannot create a master detail relationship, and the reason for that is master detail always requires a parent, right? So now this is something which is not connected to any parent. So for that reason, let me just remove this record and then try to. Now there is no record existing in the child, right? Now we can set up the lookup relationship, master detail relationship between these two. So go to setup.